If you are looking for an absolute masterclass in raw emotional angst, deep shifter sociology, and a pulse-pounding, deeply moving rejected mate grovel reconstruction tactical trajectory, you need to clear your calendar for Kate C. Wells. We are stepping directly into the gritty, calculation-heavy pack structures of the regions with the heir apparent's rejected mate, a spectacular, high-gear, and beautifully executed second installment that firmly establishes the Five Packs Chronicle as an elite, undisputed vanguard in modern dark paranormal romance. Let's lay out the strategic narrative grid. If you are a fan of stories where an arrogant, hyper-focused future pack alpha executes a devastatingly flawed rejection sequence due to political blindness, where a brilliant, fiercely independent heroine from the pack's working class uses raw defiance and survival blueprints to rebuild her life entirely outside his hierarchy, and where the author utilizes an incandescent, high-velocity grovel and redemption diagnostic routine to test their emotional safety buffer, this book is engineered to lock you in. Wells completely dominates the grumpy shifter angst noir dynamic, capturing the heart-racing momentum and sharp, high-frequency pack friction popularized by authors like Suzanne Wright, Roni Loren, and Roxy Ray, while treating personal identity crises, intense socioeconomic divides, and volatile protective devotion with exquisite care. The narrative tracking grid zeroes in on our alpha hero, the future leader of the pack, a massive, hyper-lethal shifter heir who operates under a strict, calculation-heavy focus on maintaining political alliances and pack security. His defensive perimeters have been locked down tight for years, his analytical focus entirely consumed by territorial logistics, traditional legacy expectations, and protecting his leadership vanguard from any external anomalies. The spark ignites because our beautiful, fiercely resilient heroine is the ultimate anomaly. Standing on the lowest tier of the pack's social ladder, she possesses an immense psychological grit and a quiet grace that completely defies the elite hierarchy. When their instinctual mate bond unexpectedly engages its tracking tracks, our arrogant hero panics under the weight of political pressure and executes an immediate public rejection sequence, triggering a total psychological system failure between them. The tactical parameters instantly explode into a war of silent defiance, social shifts, and volatile emotional standoffs as our heroine refuses to curl up and break. Instead of begging for acceptance, she executes a total life reset sequence, withdrawing her presence from his scanning parameters and proving she can thrive completely independent of his alpha status. Her guarded exterior transforms into a fiercely realistic, entirely pragmatic shield, deploying her own working-class tradecraft to navigate the pack's subtle bullying. When the realization of his monumental error finally breaches his cold clinical logic, our broody heir apparent must launch a desperate calculation-heavy campaign to tear down his own arrogance and earn her back. Every late-night confrontation in rainy pack storage bays, every shared moment of dark vulnerability behind closed cabin doors, and every fiercely possessive glance across a crowded assembly chips away at their respective logical defense mechanisms. What follows is an exceptional, high-stakes war of psychological perspective and raw pack survival. The tracking clock takes a lethal turn when external border threats and corrupt internal pack factions breach their active safety perimeter, threatening the stability of the entire territory. To survive the overarching political trap and outmaneuver the forces closing in, our desperate alpha and his fierce, unyielding partner must unleash an absolute, unyielding defense of the bond they are painfully rebuilding. It is a paranormal romance, rejected mates grovel drama, shifter hierarchy suspense, and class divide contemporary fantasy masterpiece that treats deep werewolf pack mechanics and intense romantic friction with elite precision. The tension here burns with a sharp calculation-heavy intensity. We are talking about that high-frequency, I will crawl on my knees through the dirt to earn your forgiveness energy, where a sudden shift in pack alignment, an unexpected encounter in the dark woods, or a heavy, protective hand resting on a waist behind a row of ancient stone assembly pillars carries massive structural weight. Wells writes with an exceptionally fresh, vivid, and beautifully blunt voice, capturing the clinical cold chill of Oregon forests, the oppressive atmosphere of an alpha's council room, and the distinct, subtle scent of pine needles, rain on fur, worn leather, and pure, unadulterated passion. What truly elevates this milestone series book into elite territory is the author's unmatched ability to balance realistic emotional healing alongside breathless romantic heat. Our heroine isn't a fragile asset waiting to be rescued or easily won over. Her immense psychological grit, razor-sharp wit, and independent drive match the complexity of the shifter world her protector dominates step for step, making his long, grueling path to redemption feel profoundly authentic and deeply gripping. The pacing moves with calculated momentum, tracking intense emotional stalemates and breathtaking physical defensive sequences before ratcheting up to an absolute jaw-dropping final confrontation that delivers total hard-earned peace to their horizons. The heir apparent's rejected mate is the definitive pro-level upgrade your paranormal romance and high-stakes shifter fiction library demands right now. It is elegant, immensely fast-paced, and utterly unputdownable. It proves that when your entire universe is fractured by rejection and traditional pack politics, the most revolutionary play you can execute is to stand your ground and force the king to bow to his queen. So secure your personal reading sanctuary, review your emotional defensive perimeters, open your Kindle, and prepare to cross the line.